Hey YouTube, it's RuTube here. Decided to give you guys a look and see what I'm going to do with some of my leftovers from Thanksgiving. Because it's, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I don't know how much longer it'll last, and I don't want to waste them. So I cooked down my carcasses, and that's the nice gelatin I have over. I got some leftover gravy. The beans aren't left over, but I'm going to make a soup. So, then I have some turkey in the fridge, which I'm leaving in there for now because it's already cooked. I don't want it to dry out. I'm going to put some carrots in here. Maybe potatoes, maybe some orzo. Of course, that'll be all later on because the beans are going to take a lot longer to cook. Now, the one thing I wanted to show you guys, if you watched my video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, about me recycling or reusing, and I said that if you have a food saver, there's a lid you can put on it, and you pull it, put it on top, it sucks all the air out. Now these are my navy beans, all right, and this lid has been done. And I want you to hear this, okay, and see this. Sucked all the air out. Supposed to make them last longer, and as we all know, air is the enemy when it comes to food. Well, I thought I was going to get 2 cups, but I'm not. There's a bad bean there, so I don't want to use that. Like a lot of people say, you should finger through these to make sure there's no rocks. I've never gotten bad beans, but I've never gotten a rock. So I'm gonna wash these off, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. All right, rinse my beans off. Now I'm gonna turn this thing on, and just for right now, I'm gonna put it on brown saute. I want it to get really hot fast, just so I can get this thinned out, because it's going to take the beans a lot of liquid to hydrate. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to use all this, but I honestly might, wow, it's all going to go in one big clump anyway. It's been in the fridge overnight. There we go. Get that out of there. And then, just like Graham and Mom taught me, use a spatula to get it all out of there. You don't want to waste any of it. There we go. It's all in there. I'm just going to let that heat up some, and I'm going to start adding filtered water to it once it starts heating up, because it's going to need a lot of water for those to hydrate. Actually, I think throw the gravy in there now too. In there. I have to keep an eye on this because, like I said, it is on high, so I don't want this to singe or burn. But all I did for that stock was take my carcasses, threw them in a bunch of water, and I literally boiled and simmered them a couple hours. Then I just let it cool down. I put a tea towel in a strainer, colander, whatever you like to call it, dumped it in there, and then I took the towel and I squeezed it until there was very little juice coming left out of it. And then I put it back, I put it in this, and I threw it in the fridge, which is why it's so congealed. But, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch this. I'll just leave you for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. This is thinned down quite nicely. One thing I am going to do, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. Some people, actually I think they call them stock bags. People make tea and coffee in them. Some people even use coffee filters, which I've done, I didn't much care for. Take one of these, take a half onion, drop it in there. I'm going to take some baby carrots because, well, that's all I got left. I'm going to dump a bunch in there. I'm doing this separate because this stuff is going to cook the whole time the beans are. So by the time, about like that, the beans are ready, this stuff is going to have no taste whatsoever. So all I'm going to do, I just tie a little, well, I'm going to try to tie a little on it. Just like that. I'm gonna set that aside for now because that's going in there. I am gonna put carrots in it, but I'm gonna wait because I don't want them to be mush and flavorless. This is coming up to a nice temperature. So I'm gonna start doing is seasoning. I already got my carrots, my onion, so I'm not gonna use any of that. But I am gonna use some pepper medley, which is green, red, black and white. I'm going to use some of that. Just like that. Of course, use how much you want. And not to mention, go light it first until you taste it. Because after you taste it, that's when it really starts. Alright? And I'm going to pull out my cabinet. I'm going to throw some, as always, red and green pepper powder. I love that stuff. Not that fond of the vegetable itself, but the powder in food is really good. It's actually the same with mushrooms. Honestly, I use about the same amount of spices for almost everything I do, with little variations. Then I have to break it up with something, but I have some lemon peel that I dehydrated. I'm gonna put some of this in it too. So I'm not gonna do it right now because I have to break it up, because I don't want big old chunks of that in there. I do want a little bit of turmeric. Not too much, so I don't want to overpower it. A little bit of garlic. Not a lot though, because even though I like garlic, I don't want it to overpower everything. I'm just gonna give this a nice stir. Get it incorporated. So right now it's not a big deal. I mean, I want the beans to have flavor, but in a couple hours after they suck up the flavor, and then I put everything else in there, you know, all that good seasoning is gonna suck right out of there. Here's my washed beans. I'll just dump them in there. Make sure I got every last one. Give it a good stir. I want this to cook slow, so now that this is broken down, I'm going to put it on low for right now and just let it cook. So should be done by supper tomorrow night. So I'm just going to cook it really slow. I'll keep checking on it here and there, just to see how it's going. And of course I'm going to put a lid on it. And I'll test the beans every couple hours. Oh, forgot this. I'll test the beans every couple hours. And when I think they're just about there, you know, they still got a little bit of time, like an hour or so, maybe two, I don't know. I'll put my carrots and stuff like that in it. I'm probably gonna put some potatoes in there. And if I do decide to put orzo in there, there's deer walking across the street. Just hope they don't get hit. Sorry guys. Whenever I see them crossing the street, I always have to like sit and hold my breath, because we live on a main street, and even we have traffic 24 hours a day. Not really bad, because we're like a middle-sized town, but seen quite a few deer get hit out here. So I know I'm babbling, but I like deer. I like animals, I can't lie. But I'll figure it out. If I'm going to put orzo in it, I'll do that right at the end, because it doesn't take very long to cook and it gets mushy quick. So like I said, I'll just keep messing around with this for a couple hours. Just when I'll probably wait about, I don't know, it's on low, so I'll probably wait at least 8 hours to really mess with it. Like I'll stir it when I walk by, but I won't test anything. Like I won't try a bean for probably about 8 hours. And then we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys and girls in a couple hours. Hey, one thing I did forget. I'm taking a little palm full of my dehydrated celery, because it's still dehydrating. It takes a while, because I do it on herb and not vegetable. I'll just take that, put that in there. And of course, I'm going to stir it in. And I think as of right now, that's all the seasoning I need. Lid goes back on. That's it. Alright. I let this go for a couple hours and checked it. The beans are perfectly done. So I ground up some of that lemon peel and put it in there. I'm just going to let it hydrate a little bit. Now, it is time to find a pair of clean, well, actually anything I can use, and get this bag out of there. Now this bag is going to be extremely, extremely hot. And you want to get out as much as you can. So even if you have to put it in a bowl and then squeeze it afterwards, you throw that juice right back in that soup. I'm gonna throw this in a bowl. I'm gonna kill this for just 1 second because I'm not using my tripod. I'm just one hand. So I'll be right back. Alright, I just set the camera down real quick. Put this in here. All you do, one of the two, hold on to it. You can do it in either. This does have stuff in it. You just squeeze this out like so. Can you see? Yeah, kind of. I'm getting more on the counter than I am that. You just squeeze this out so you can't get any more. And then you throw the stuff away that's inside of it. And this is rewashable, so I'll hand wash this, let it dry, and then put it away till next time. That's all that goodness from those carrots and that onion. And you can really put anything you want in it, so. See, that's still coming on. That's all flavor right there. I think that's good enough. I do want this in there. I'm going to set this right there for now. Reusable gloves. I wash them. The sink is full right now, so you have to excuse that. I'm trying to do a couple different things at once, so everything's just kind of piling up. Right. I'll stir this up real quick. I did add a little bit more. I added some powdered chicken stock because I don't have any more turkey. And I put some more of the pepper medley in there. This is just carrots. Ground them up good because, well, I like small pieces in soup, and two, I didn't feel like cutting it up. So I'm going to dump that in there. Use a spatula to get it all out. You don't want to waste any of it, or as little as possible. I do make a mess when I cook. Alright, that looks good. Now that really shouldn't take long to cook because they're very, very small pieces. And I'm going to put this back on there, and I'm going to grab my turkey, and I'm going to put my turkey in here. Just enough to break it up though. I don't want to make it paste. Just want enough to break it up. While I'm doing that, I'm going to throw the lid back on here. So I'll do the turkey and then I'll be right back. Alright, turkey's done. Even though I'm not gauging it yet, how much I use until I throw this in there and see if I think it's enough or not. Because I do want it to hydrate and suck up some of that flavor. Well, I'm not sure, since the beans cook a lot faster than I thought. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put potatoes in it. So, actually, I think I'll try it. Then see if it's got enough this and that in there. First things first, gotta find a clean spoon. These soup spoons are the best for trying things when you're cooking, because you can put a little bit in there and it's flat, so you can set it down, let it cool off. So a little bit of everything in there. Carrots probably will be a little crunchy as of right now. That's pretty good. Needs a little something, but I just can't tell why. I think that's enough turkey. Might just need a little bit of salt, flavoring. Not quite sure yet. So that's how I always cook. Taste it, put something in it. Taste it, put something in it. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff piled right there. You have to excuse it. Trying to get a bunch of stuff done at once. I shouldn't, but I do it all the time. And that's the reason why half the stuff I do is never finished. So I'll give this a couple minutes. Put that there. I'm gonna throw it. Forgot that section comes to the bottom. Get the lid back on. Alright. I'm gonna stop you for a minute and let you know what I do at the end. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to take this lid off. Toss some more onion powder in it. Because that onion just didn't give it enough flavor. Not a whole lot left in there, so I'm going to wash that out, and that's what I'm going to put my cooking flour in. Then I'm going to take a big old tablespoon of the chicken powder, granulated chicken powder. Then, even though I thought it just, I don't know, I was debating on, I'm going to put a little bit of tomato paste in there. Not enough to flavor it, just enough to give it that the best word I can think of is umami, where it just tastes real good. And I am going to take my lemon powder, and I'm going to put a little bit more of that in there. Hopefully that's where it needs to be. I'll give it a second. I'll stir it up. Get out so there's no chunks or whatever in there. Plus the lemon peel needs to hydrate a little bit more. Probably could have used a little bit more celery in it, or celery powder too. But all I really had is celery seed. I mean, I got my dehydrated celery, but I didn't honestly feel like making a powder out of that. I forgot I had that little Ninja food processor. Look at this. I want to be slow with my stirring too, because the beans are cooked and a couple of them are starting to overcook. So I don't want them to be complete mush, which is honestly one reason why I'm trying to get it done so fast. I don't want mushy beans. Like I said, I miscalculated on when they were going to be done. So I'll get a little bit of this. A little bit of everything in there. But it is nice and hot too. And I have one big mess to clean up when I'm all done. That's it. That's what it needed. The only thing that needs to be done is sit and cool down a little bit. And those carrots cook a little bit. Other than that, it's good. I'm thinking it's right where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put the lid on it. Alright people. Battery went dead in the camera again. like I said, I put the lid on it. I shut it off, and I'm just gonna let it sit there for a little while. The soup will cool down. The carrots will cook through. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it right, tasting just like it is right now. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to be part of the Roo Crew, please hit the subscribe button. Everybody have a, well, for me, nice day, night, or evening. Toodles.